What's up, guys? Daily Kamel here, and today I want to talk about the selection boxes. They are going to be here for the next 2 weeks for the remainder of the KC Grand Tournament, and a lot of new players may not know what selection boxes are, their role in Duel Links, and generally how people feel about them. So I'm just going to talk generally about selection boxes for a little bit and then get into my suggestions regarding them. I've been playing Duel Links for a while, since the first couple of selection boxes were introduced, and I have been suckered into buying every single one. So I'm going to give you my breakdown on the selection boxes. So, selection boxes are essentially Konami's way of catching you up to speed if you haven't been playing Duel Links for a year, while also enticing current players to invest in a more expensive box with the pull of a new card that is not currently obtainable in the game. What do I mean by this? The first instance in which this occurred was Selection Box Volume 2 with Necro Valley. Necro Valley was introduced in this box. It was not initially generally useful, but over time, as more strategies within the year got added to the game, this became extremely oppressive in the Synchro era. This was released in around January 2018. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. And then it was not released to the public until September 2018. September 2019. Came out in January 2019 in the selection box, was released 2019 with DSOD era. September 2019, DSOD. Woo, sorry, gotta get that out of the way. So, what we learned from this selection box being added to the game was that new cards like Necro Valley and Angel of Zera and Mass Hero Dian, Nightbeam as well, that were added with this box that were not obtainable before, was that we were going to have to wait an average of 8 to 10 months for these UR cards to be added into boxes into the game so that everyone could obtain them year round. So this was the time frame for Necro Valley, and then this happened again with Levianeer. So we knew it was clockwork. This was going to be happening consistently. So that established the use of selection boxes to get us future cards ahead of time, while also giving new players an opportunity to get cards that they missed out on throughout the year, but all together at one spot. The idea is that the KCGT is happening, or the anniversary is happening, or Worlds is happening, so there's a bunch of new players, so that here's a way for them to get a bunch of high rarity cards at once. So, something else that we have learned from the selection box is that the cards that appear here, if they are new, they do not always signal future support for that archetype. So what does that mean? Take this for example. Elemental Hero Stratos was a part of Selection Box Volume 3 along with Vision Hero Adoration. So a lot of people thought, well, these guys are getting added in the selection box, so that means there's going to be a hero support box next year, right? Wrong. Both of these cards got added in the Shark Fang main box, where they were the only 2 hero cards in the entire box. So take that into account as well. Because of this, we know that because a archetypal support card or something of that sort is in a selection box as a new card, it does not mean that that archetype will be getting support. Those two things do not correlate. So, what is the big draw of selection boxes? Why would I buy one? Let's take a look. The sales are a little bit different. Each selection box pack costs $4 regularly, and with that regular pack, you get 1 EX Jewel and 20 gems. You are also able to purchase what I believe is 12 packs now with gems. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. You're able to buy 12 selection box packs with gems of each selection box. And After that, you are forced to buy it with money. After you buy your 12 packs, you cannot reset this and buy more. You're done. So what you get is what you get. Any more, you have to spend money. Now, when the selection boxes are added to the game with whatever campaign is going on, there will be a 50% sale. A lot of people ask, 50% sale, what does that mean? That is essentially this right here. These two sales. The packs usually cost $4. With this 50% sale, they are $2. You can see here it's one pack for $2 or 6 packs for $12. So they're each $2. So that is what the 50% sale means. Now, as you buy these selection box packs, you will also get EX jewels. This is something new that they've added with the last 2 selection boxes. It was not there for any of the previous ones, and essentially you can use these EX jewels to redeem them for rewards that are pretty hard to get anywhere else in the game. You use 10 for a skill ticket, or make prismatic cards, or get gems. To be honest, guys, if you are someone who is looking for game stuff, right, game resources, I say the top thing you want to do is buy the skill ticket. Skill ticket is going to help you get those drop skills that you want. The gems, honestly, these are such a ripoff, dude. Getting 25 EX jewels from the selection box is expensive, and the fact that they only give you 300 gems from that is ludicrous. I believe that is one of the most disrespectful things Konami can ever tell me with my money. I'm going to spend upwards of $100 and they're going to give me 6 packs. Yeah, screw that. So I would recommend putting this towards skill stuff. But, you know, if you are a whale and you don't care about game resources, make your cards prismatic, man. Make your new expensive cards prismatic. That's what everyone does. They make their Book of Moons, their Stratos prismatic, so do that. So, on to more about selection boxes. So we've gotten into their functions of what they do and how the cards release. Let's talk about the selection boxes in the game right now. I'm going to click through them all really quick, and I'm going to let you know, right? Rule of thumb 1. Before we get into any of them, if your selection box has cards that are a part of the half-price gem sale and the half-price gem sale is still under duration, do not buy into that selection box with gems or money. I do believe it is a huge waste for you to do that. If you look at this selection box here, there, you can't see it on my screen because I have it cut off, but there are 60 packs in this selection box, and within these 60 packs there are 16 URs and 44 SRs. So while you are guaranteed a UR SR with every pack, your odds of getting what you want is not good. So if you go for the half price gem sale, you have much better chance of targeting what you want and getting it. So these older selection boxes, I'm gonna say on most of them, you want to pass if the card is within a box that is under the half price gem sale at the moment. So I believe once we get into selection box volume 2, maybe some of these newer cards are not under the selection box, under half price gems. Most of these are, but just the newer ones aren't. I don't think any of these newer cards are really worth you going into the selection box for. Necro Valley is here, but it is in a not so bad box, and honestly you really don't need 3 unless you're going for that targeted strategy, so you can pick it up with a dream ticket if you really want it. Going into selection box volume 2, the main new cards that were added here are Karma Cut and Levineer. Karma Cut is now in a mini box, so it is extremely easy to get. You should not buy this selection box to get just that. Levineer, only usable in a few decks. Think about what decks you want to build. If you're not building a deck that doesn't need Levineer, you don't really need to be going in here. This selection box has a lot of generally useful cards, like it has Hatronade and Treacherous Trap Hole in the same box. So you choose yourself, right? If you're going to spend money, spend your money, right? If you're going to spend in-game resources, however, you need to think a little bit more carefully about how you spend your gems. I would always prioritize getting your deck going into half-price boxes before hitting up the selection box and, you know, just having a chance of getting any of this junk and you don't really know what you want. This selection box is also a mini selection box, so it is only 36 packs with 8 URs and 20 SRs. And next we're going for the Stratos one, Volume 3. The cards from this one that were hot that became relevant later are Fiendish Chain. And what other new cards were here? Stratos, Goyo Guardian. Fiendish Chain was re-released in the Utopic Ray, Shining Ray, the first Zexal box, Shining Hope. And I think that, honestly, going through a main box to get Fiendish right now it's iffy. Fiendish is the only star card in this selection box, so you have to bite the bullet. Is 200 gems a pack and 60 packs worth it for me to try to get a Fiendish Chain here? Or should I just go through that main box and get it for probably a little bit cheaper, and I can reset if I get lucky? Probably have a better chance at getting it as well. So just have to debate, but Fiendish Chain, definitely a good card, but I would personally go through the box instead of getting it here. All of these cards have released in Duel Links, so you're not really missing much. But the main selection box, that is the big hotness right now, is Selection Box Volume 4. And that has the big bad Book of Moon in it. Now, this selection box was released in January with the 4th anniversary of Duel Links. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I do not believe this was added with Zexal. Should have been added anniversary. So January, 8 to 10 months means that on the Zexal release or on the next the next world launch in this fall, anywhere from September to December, we could be seeing Book of Moon launch in a regularly obtainable box that anyone can buy with gems. Until then, it is only obtainable via this selection box. So it is obtainable right now for 2 weeks until June 14th, and then it will be obtainable probably one more time, either with the KCGT main event or with the New World Celebration in September, which this card may or may not be released with in that big event. That is usually when they want to release these type of cards. Previously, Necro Valley and Fiendish Chain were both released in such boxes, the World Reveal boxes in September. So Book of Moon is going to be evading us for about 3 more months. So keep that in mind. You can get Book of Moon now in the selection box if you want it before then, but if you do not mind, think about it. You can wait. Can you wait until September for Book of Moon? This is a really popular card right now in tournaments, especially if you're a tournament player. I think you definitely want to be picking this up when it is available. However, if you do not play in tournaments, just on ladder, I think you'll be able to wait until this card becomes available regularly for players. So, yeah, use your own discretion at the end of the day, but if you have a little bit more money to throw around, feel free to go for your Book of Moons before you get them. I truly think that this is the only thing in this selection box right now that is worth going for in any selection box. So those were my quick thoughts on the selection box. If you guys have any more comments on them, please let me know in the comments section. That's going to be it for me now. Peace out, guys.